Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, back here on WagerTalk TV with your college basketball tournament update for Saturday, March the 23rd. We'll call this a Fade the Public edition, but I'm going to give you quick hitters on all 8 games for Saturday college basketball. The tournament, that is, not those added tournaments. We're going to look at the big boy tournament, the NCAA round of 32. 8 games today on Saturday. I'm going to give you my analysis in all 8 games and also let you know which way the public is leaning and which are the more public sides here for Saturday. By the way, quick reminder, I will be doing this video for Sunday as well. So check back later Saturday night into Sunday morning here on Wager Talk TV. And you never have to guess when it's coming up. When you click subscribe and you hit the bell as well, you will get an instant notification when the Sunday edition, Fade the Public, is ready also here on Wager Talk TV. All right, first game goes at 12:45 Eastern. It's a very interesting card. We've got only 2 afternoon games, 12:45 Eastern and 3:15 Eastern, and both are out west, Salt Lake City, Utah, in the thin air and altitude. Then all the other games are 5:30 Eastern or later. So what we'll do is we'll go down here and start time order. And the first game is that 12:45 Eastern game in Salt Lake City between Arizona and Dayton. So this is basically like a 9:45 a.m. game for the Arizona Wildcats. Dayton will be a little bit more used to this start time. And this will come down to pace. As many of these games will, it'll come down to tempo and pace. Arizona is one of the faster, better offensive teams in the country. Meanwhile, Dayton is more comfortable in the half-court set. Dayton came from behind to beat Nevada in the second half on Thursday. Arizona started slow against a very weak Long Beach State team and then turned it on the second half, put their backups in, went up 24, and ended up with just a 20-point win as a 20.5-point favorite. We would have been 5-2 otherwise on Thursday. We lost that one by half a point. Arizona gave up the backdoor cover late. Tempo is going to be the key here, though, and if Dayton can slow things down, I think they can hang in this game. And they're a very efficient offensive team, hitting over 47.5%, including 40% from three-point range. As is often the case, you're hitting your threes, you can hang as a big dog. Public leaning a little bit towards Arizona. Not a ton of public sentiment, but I'd say probably a little bit of a lean towards the Arizona Wildcats by the general public in this early game at 12:45 Eastern. All right, the other game is also out in Salt Lake City at 3:15 Eastern following this one, another national TV game on CBS. And this one is Gonzaga and Kansas. And the number 5 seed Zags are a solid 4.5-point favorite in this game. And it's understandable why. Kansas is banged up without their leading scorer. Dickinson has the shoulder injury, the big man. He did play pretty well, though, the other night against Samford. Kansas had a 22-point lead, never trailed the entire game. And then all of a sudden, Samford came back offensively and almost won the game outright. A terrible block foul call. The guy clearly blocked the dunk clean. Kansas had a breakaway. Samford blocked him. They called a foul. It made the difference. Would have been Samford's ball down 1, and so they got it back down 3, and that made the difference of any chance of pulling the upset late. We did have a best bet on Samford for my clients, so I was happy to see the comeback. It capped off that winning day and night on Thursday in round 1. As far as this game goes, Kansas is probably catching too many points here, as is often the case, whether it's the NBA or college basketball. Odds makers often, the betting markets too, they often over-adjust for key players being out. Just don't know if Kansas on the short turnaround, just one day's rest and prep, can get things done here. And I do think Gonzaga is an underrated team now. With that said, the public looks like they're pretty heavy on the Zags. I'd say Gonzaga is one of the most public sides here on Saturday of the 8 games. So are fading the public a little bit with the underdog Kansas Jayhawks if you're looking that way. All right, those are your 2 early games on the daytime card. Let's look at the early evening card now. Next game goes at 5:30 Eastern Saturday, and it is Michigan State, North Carolina. Number 1 seed North Carolina is only a 3.5-point favorite. And I say that because North Carolina, along with Gonzaga, the most public side of the 8 games. Public is heavy on UNC, yet the opening line has dropped from 4 to 3.5 in some spots. So I do think there's a sharp square divide on Michigan State in this game. And Tom Izzo as an underdog in the tournament, always worth a look. We cashed an easy best bet winner on Michigan State Thursday afternoon to start the tournament right off for my clients at WagerTalk.com. And this one's going to come down to tempo once again. If Michigan State can slow the game down, 310th slowest team in the country, 6th best defensive team in the country, they could pull the upset. In fact, North Carolina was the 6th most efficient defense on Thursday. Now they're 7th. Michigan State has surpassed them. And Carolina likes to play fast, 42nd fastest team in the country. Always like these slow down, well-coached underdogs that can slow a game down. I know the point spread looks short at just 3.5 to 4, but it's for a good reason. And the public, once again, is very heavy on North Carolina. I'd say North Carolina and Gonzaga, probably the 2 most public sides on Saturday in the round of 32. All right, almost halfway through here. Let's look at another game on the early evening card, and this one is Washington State, Iowa State at 6:10 Eastern. And Iowa State is a very good defensive half-court team. Not sure they can win the whole thing, though. They're ranked number 2 in defensive efficiency. Only Houston is ranked higher right now in the Ken Palm rankings. But the problem with Iowa State is their 52nd offense. And at some point over a 6-game run, they're going to have an off night offensively. Could that be against Washington State? Washington State's a very underrated 7 seed, in my opinion. In fact, CBS TV had an interesting stat yesterday on Thursday. They broke down 6 or 7 different dynamics which qualify teams to win the national title, such as over the last 30 years or so, no national title winner has been more than higher than an 8 seed. So 1 through 8 seeds always win it, right? No team has ever lost by more than 25 points in the season. Houston and Marquette got eliminated by that one. No team had ever had more than a 5-game losing streak. No team has ever had a losing record away from home. So a lot of interesting metrics. It narrowed it down to just 10 teams. Most of them are the ones you would expect at the top, like UConn, Purdue, Arizona, those teams. But one of the 10 teams was actually Washington State. So that's another reason I think Washington State is a very underrated 7 seed. And if this is a slow half-court style game, which Iowa State's very comfortable with, they're around 199 in tempo. Washington State, though, is 313th, a very slow half-court team. Washington State could be a live dog here, and the money has come in on the underdog. This line opened 8. It's been bet down to 7, mostly 6.5s out there now. So we have seen some sharp money coming on the Cougars, the Washington State Cougars, at 6 o'clock Eastern. As far as the public sentiment in this game, pretty neutral. I would say maybe a little bit of a lean towards Iowa State. I will call it a public opinion on Iowa State. So the public's leaning towards Iowa State, yet the sharp money has pushed this line from 8 down to 6.5. So another situation, I think we have a sharp square divide favoring the slow down half-court good defensive underdog, and that would be Washington State. All right, we're halfway through there. Those are the first 4 games. We got 4 more games on the nighttime card for Saturday college basketball tournament action. Just a quick reminder, I'll be doing another quick hitter video for you for Sunday's 8 games as well. So check back Sunday morning for that information here on Wager Talk TV. And when you click subscribe and hit the bell, you'll get an instant alert when the Sunday edition is ready. Also, thumbs up, like goes a great way to keeping all this content free here on Wager Talk TV. And also comment below. I read all the comments. I reply back. I love the support. Who do you like on the Saturday afternoon and nighttime card in college hoops? Where do you agree or disagree with the public or these sharp square divides? What games are you looking at? Throw some analysis in as well. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. And oh, by the way, if you'd like my official best bets for Saturday's college basketball card, I have some strong best bets for Saturday. I love this round of 32. You can get those right now for just Saturday alone, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, or highly consider a 7-day all access. And the reason I say that, you'll get all my best bets for Saturday and Sunday, plus you'll get all of the Sweet 16 best bets next Thursday and Friday. It's 7 days and nights with NBA included as well. $99 for a 7-day pass, but if you use promo code Merril7, you get the next 7 days and nights for just $69. It's an instant $30 discount, but you got to use promo code Merril7, Merril, the number 7. 2 R's, 1 L. Merril7. Choose a 7-day 99 all access. Use Merril7 at checkout, and you get it for just $69. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's look at those last 4 games on the nighttime card here for Saturday evening in the round of 32. The next game is the Cinderella game. No matter who wins this, we will have a double-digit seed in the round of 16 for sure, and that's because number 14 seed Oakland is playing the number 11 seed NC State Wolfpack. NC State's actually the 4th biggest favorite of the 8 games here on Saturday, despite being the 11 seed. That's because Oakland upset Kentucky, of course, on Friday, and that is the shock of the tournament so far. Look, Oakland hit the 3-point shot, and I've said it over and over again. The three-pointer is the great equalizer in college sports and college basketball nowadays. And when you have a backup coming off the bench who makes 2 free throws and is 10 for 20 from 3-point range, otherwise upsets can happen. Oakland actually is a decent offensive team. For a mid-major, they're a pretty good offensive team. They're in the mid-pack for the offensive efficiency ratings. NC State, meanwhile, is a team that was just 12-14 a couple weeks ago. They've now won 6 games in a row. They went 5 out of 5 days and nights last week to win the ACC tournament. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have been in the big dance. Only one other team has ever done that in history, and that was back in 2011. UConn won 5 games in 5 nights. And guess what? They went on to win the entire national championship that year. So the momentum is a real thing. I'm not so sure that North Carolina State's going to go on to win the NCAA championship. By the way, I misspoke. They were 17-14 when the ACC tournament started, but still, They entered that on 4 straight losses. They've now won 6 straight. Oakland does a good matchup for them. This is a situation in which NC State is the better team. 6.5 looks like a little bit of a hefty number. Let's check to see what the public is doing in this one. Pretty neutral here. Public sentiment is pretty neutral in this one. I really don't see much of a lean either way. As far as pace and tempo, I know you probably don't know a lot about Oakland, so let's dive into those numbers. As I mentioned, they're about 124 in offense, 157 defensive efficiency. That is schedule and tempo adjusted using the Ken Palms. 238 in tempo. So they do like a little bit of a slower pace, but they were very lucky. They're 24-11 record, 19th luckiest team in the country this year out of 362. Meanwhile, NC State, 45th offense, 76 defense, 139 tempo. So NC State probably does advance to the round of 16, and that's going to be your double-digit seed that gets there, as at least one will definitely get there between these two squads. All right, 3 more games for Saturday evening. Let's look at the next one at 8 o'clock Eastern. Texas and Tennessee. Rick Barnes taking on his former school, the Texas Longhorns. And, I've talked about Matt Painter underachieving in the tournaments recently. Well, Rick Barnes has also definitely been a play against for the most part, but this is still a very good Tennessee team defensively. The difference, though, Tennessee plays a lot faster offensively this year than they have in years past. 28th offense, 3rd best defense, 82nd fastest tempo. Texas is more comfortable in a half-court setting around 196, and they're very good at both ends of the court as well. So this is another situation where if Texas can slow this game down, they could be a live dog in this one. Let's take a look at the public consensus, see where they are leaning in this one. Last I looked, I'd say Tennessee is getting some of the public love in this one. Tennessee probably maybe the 3rd or 4th most public side. I mentioned Gonzaga and UNC being very public. Tennessee's also definitely got some public sentiment in this game on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Line open 6. It is up to 6.5. But once again, Texas could slow this game down. They could qualify as a good defensive live dog, and we would be fading the public a bit as well. All right, 2 more games for Saturday evening on the late card. Next game is Duquesne and Illinois. That goes at 8:40 Eastern. Illinois open -9. It's now up to 10. I'm even seeing some of the leading indicator books start to go to 10.5 late Friday night as we head into Saturday morning. So there has been some sharp money on Illinois in this game. But here again, it comes down to tempo. Duquesne is capable of slowing this game down. They play at one of the slower tempos of any of the teams remaining, and they're number 29 defensive efficiency, which is much better than Illinois. Illinois is 92nd on defense, but they're a great offense. 2nd best offense in the country efficiency-wise, and they're 59th fastest. So once again, Duquesne in the under, Illinois in the over. The total, by the way, is holding steady at 148. I do think Illinois over, Duquesne under are both correlated parlays here. It's just going to come down to if the Dukes can slow this game down to their preferred tempo and frustrate Illinois. We do get the better defensive team as an underdog here, catching 10 points. Problem is, if Duquesne gets behind in this one, they're going to have a difficult time catching up as they're not a great offensive team. And look at the public consensus in this. I've seen mixed results. Some sentiment, a little bit of a Duquesne, others kind of neutral. I'll call it neutral overall. But the public is not in a hurry to lay double digits, as is often the case in the round of 32. All right, one final game. Your late game for Saturday night is a good one. Might be the best game of the evening, actually, and that's Oregon and Creighton at 9:40 Eastern. Dana Altman returning against his original team here. Creighton, he does a great job at Oregon. He's been over a 60% ATS play in postseason action for several years now, and he is one of the better coaches. We talked to Rick Barnes, Tennessee, Matt Painter maybe being overrated. Dana Altman, I think, is a true overachiever, and Oregon is peaking at the right time. And some sharp early money came in on the Ducks in this game. It opened -6. It's now down to 5, but some of the sharper leading indicator books are already starting to hit 4.5 as we head into Saturday morning. As far as the public consensus in this game, I do see Oregon as a public dog, though. So ding, ding, red flag alert. Public underdog is Oregon. So the most public dog of the 8 games, I would say Oregon is the one getting some love. But it is understandable why. A good underdog coach at a team that's in excellent current form. And the sharp money seems to agree as this line has dropped once again from 6 down to 4.5. We'll see if Oregon is able to dictate tempo in this game. The Ducks like to play at about a medium pace. Creighton, meanwhile, is a slower half-court team, and Creighton really good at both ends of the court. 12th offense, 26th on defense. Oregon, meanwhile, 44th offense, 67th defense. So Creighton is the better team overall this season, but once again, the Ducks are in excellent current form over the past few weeks. Of course, they won the Pac-12, the final Pac-12 tournament last week, and they have now covered 3 straight and won 5 straight games. And keep in mind, they were ice cold before that. They were on a 1-10 ATS run until the second game of that Pac-12 tournament last week, and now they've covered 3 in a row. So it does look like they're turning the corner at the right time. Meanwhile, it's Creighton 8-2 straight up and against the spread their last 10 games. So 2 really play-on teams for me. We'll see if this one comes down to the wire. But once again, Oregon looks like maybe the most public dog on the card for Saturday, and that's your late game at 9:40 Eastern. All right, that's all 8 round of 32 games for this Saturday, March the 23rd. Hope you found this video useful. If you'd like to see more of these videos, if you want me to do a Sunday video, do me a couple quick favors. Thumbs up, like, comment below. Let me know if you're enjoying the videos and which best bets you like for Saturday. And also click subscribe and hit the bell as well so you know when the Sunday edition is ready for Fade the Public here, Sunday, round 32 of the NCAA Tournament. In the meantime, if you want my official best bets for this Saturday, I love the card. It is a loaded card. And by the way, nobody in the history of WagerTalk.com has won more money with college and pro basketball sides combined than I have. As we enter the weekend up over 189 units of profit. And I look to add to with another winning card on Saturday and Sunday. You can get the daily cards, you can get the single plays. That's not a bad option. But the best option is a direct subscription. If you get a 7-day all access right now, I'm giving you an instant 30% discount, instant $30 discount with promo code Merril7. Go to the right side of my homepage, SteveMerril, WagerTalk.com. You'll see the 7-day $99 all access. At checkout, enter promo code Merril7, and you get it down to $69 instantly. That works out to less than $10 a day for the next 7 days and nights of both college and pro basketball combined. Every best bet I officially use, my clients get as well. That gets you all of Saturday and Sunday's round of 32 games. It gets you next Thursday and Friday all the Sweet 16 games. It gets you the NBA each and every day for the next 7 days and nights as well. And you get an instant $30 discount when you use promo code Merril7 on a 7-day all access this weekend only. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. 2 R's, 1 L, Merril, the number 7. Merril7. Use that on the 7-day all access and save big this weekend and win big along the way. Hey, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and X as well, at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter and X. And I also post free plays throughout the week on Instagram, so follow me on IG. And stay tuned right here to Wager Talk TV for some more great college and pro basketball content and preview videos coming up next.